All right. Hello, everyone. This is Sir Adrian here, back to film the German turn in the summer of 1917 in our current game of Global Empires 1915 titled Operation Blackhand. Apologies for the slight delay. I had some audio issues after updating the good old Windows 11, but it should be fixed now, so hopefully it stays that way. So it's going to be a very eventful turn. So we'll start things off with our tech roles as the German Empire. So I have 5 of them, 4 factories plus the additional free tech role. So I'll be going for doctrine within the air domain, fighters, uh, actually apologies, not fighters. Um, yeah, you know what? Not fighters. We have one, two, three, four, five. Sorry, apologies. One second. I'm gonna take a double look. I might actually have six. One, two, three, four. No, it's four. It's five. Okay. Don't not sure why I have 6 dice here. One, two, three, four, five. This must have been from a previous turn. So that's what we'll do. So we'll go for these 5. So doctrine within the air domain. We'll go for doctrine within the naval domain. Naval within the naval domain. Doctrine within the land domain. And artillery within the land domain. So we'll go ahead and roll within the land domain first. See what we get. So that's going to be a success for both. So doctrine moves up to stage 3. And then that's also going to allow us to move infantry up a stage. So that's going to go to 2nd generation cavalry. And then we're also going to have armor at stage 1. And artillery was a 4, unfortunately. So that's a miss. But so far, so good. Now let's go for naval and doctrine within the naval domain. Ooh, I don't like that at all. That's very unfortunate, but such is the luck of the dice, so both misses. And finally, we'll go for the doctrine in the air domain. And that's a miss as well. Well, I'm happy I got the top one, but that was not a very good round for tech rolls. But you can't always have good rounds. That's the way it goes. Anyways, so in terms of purchases, we are going to spend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to move this major factory to completion. We're going to spend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 to start 3 heavy cruisers, which ooh, actually no, I can't do that. That was predicated on getting this. Okay, so that's gonna change. I think what we'll do instead, yeah, so we had 39, spent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll spend another 2, 3, we'll spend another 5 on a major factory. We'll spend, I believe artillery is 4, heavy is 7. You know what, actually we'll spend 15 still. We won't start that factory yet, so we'll spend, sorry about this. 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so we'll spend 5 to move the major factory that we had at stage 2 to completion, and then we'll spend 14 on 2 pieces of heavy artillery, which are 7 each. Then we'll spend 6 to buy 2 early mountain infantry, that being the limit. We'll spend 1, 2, 3 to buy an early infantry. Gotta change that. The Marines are separate, so it's an early naval infantry. We'll spend another 1, 2, 3 to buy a naval infantry. In fact, there's no early naval infantry, so yeah, just a naval infantry. We'll be spending 1, 2, 3, 4 to attempt to influence France, 2 to attempt to influence the Japanese, and then we'll spend the last 2 to send some supplies to upgrade the militia in Shanghai to an early infantry unit. And that'll be everything. So then we'll go ahead and attempt our diplomacy. So we're going to go for France, which will be the blue dice on a 3 or less, and Japan, same thing, on a 3 or less. Hey, so we miss Japan, but we get France on a 2. So France is at stage 3 currently. That's perfect. Alrighty then. Now for attacks and combat movement. That'll be, yeah, that's non-combat. That's combat. So, big happenings on the German Empire's southern border. The Kaiser and his government have declared war on the Austro-Hungarian Empire. So Austria-Hungary currently is up the French track. France is a non-aligned major power. So them being not an active alliance, it won't align to the French. So in this case, it would align to whichever active alliance has the nearest land zone, home country land zone, that is. It does specify that in the rules. To Austria-Hungary, which in this case would be the Russian Empire. So the Austro-Hungarians are now in the game, and they align to the Russians. So we'll go and update that quick on the tracker. I'll just clone this one. actually, yeah, here, I'll just grab one of those. So then, there we have it. So yeah, so Russia has Austria aligned to them, and I am at war with the Austro-Hungarian Empire. So in terms of attacks, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have these 3 heavy artillery will be moving into Austria, which is mountain terrain. However, they will be boosted by these 2 observation balloons and the early fighter. Yeah, early fighter. And then we'll also have these 4 infantry moving in, which will be boosted by the artillery. And then 3, 4, 5 artillery. And we're going to have the Zeppelin in Berlin is also going to move in, as well as one of these early fighters. So that Zeppelin and the early fighter will boost 2 of these artillery. You know what? Actually, we'll have the third one as well. Or no, we'll leave. Yeah, we'll have the other one as well. The other fighter move in as well to boost another artillery unit. And then so that's from Bavaria into Austria, and some units from Berlin. And then from Berlin into Bohemia, which is flat terrain, just plains, with fortification, however. We'll have the infantry, so 3, 4, early infantry, the early cavalry, 2 of them, and then 6, 7, 8 regular artillery or early artillery, and then 3 heavy artillery. That'll be moving into Bohemia. So we'll go ahead and do that one first. Somebody's got to teach me on desktop how to pick stuff up and then move without having to drop it and drag every time, because I'm actually not too sure how to do that. But regardless, so there is a fortification, but these already have the trench line. So normally they defend at a 3, but it's +2, so they'll be defending at a 5. Either because, well, on this first round, we'll say it's because of the fortification, but they would have anyways because of the trench line. So on all subsequent rounds, even once the effects of the fortification are gone, they'll still defend at a 5 as long as they maintain a trench line. And their early artillery, I believe that defends at a 3. Yes, that'll defend at a 3. And is also first strike. And then attacking, I have my units. So normally the infantry would all be defending at a 1, but they're going to be boosted by the artillery. Actually, sorry, no, normally early infantry, attack at a 1, but we'll boost them with the artillery to a 2 in this case. The cavalry attack at a... Sorry, I still don't have all the values memorized yet. Yeah, attack at a 2 normally. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, they'll be boosted to a 3, however. Yep, boosted to a 3. I'll just leave this open because we'll need that. The artillery normally attack at a 3. And it is flat terrain, so they will stay there. So 6, 7, 8. Get the first strike. And then the heavy artillery attack at a 6. So we'll go ahead and roll this out first. So we'll have 3 heavy artillery on a 6 or less. So 3 hits. Then we'll have 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Regular artillery on a 3 or less. So that's 1 more hit. So in total we got 1, 2, 3, 4 first strike hits. Then he'll have 1 artillery responding on a 3. Ooh, lucky. So that's a hit. And then for the fortification, he has 2 at a 5. And I believe, yeah, there's still D12s. I know in our Global War 9014 game we had debated this. But if that's wrong, we can re-roll those, but I'm pretty sure it's still D12s. But 2 out of 5 at our first strike. Oh, lucky. So he gets 3 hits. So I think... I think we'll lose 3, 4. Oh, so he has 4 hits that he needs to lose, so he'll lose his first. So he'd probably lose the artillery 1, and then 6 left, 2, 3, 4. So the trench line will be broken. He'll have 3 infantry left. Yep, 3 infantry left. And then I will lose my 2 cavalry. Did I have 3 cavalry actually? Let me just go back quick and double check that. There we go. Apologies for that slight stutter there. Okay, so there was only 2 cavalry. So anyway, we'll lose these 2. And then we'll lose 1 of our infantry units. So we'll have 3 infantry units left. So now our infantry get to respond. So 3 at a 2. And 1 more hit. and then he'll have 5. Sorry, that shouldn't be 6. That should be down to 2. So he'll have 2. Sorry, he had 6. He lost the artillery. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. Apologies. It's quite late. A little tired, but so 3 responding. Sorry about that. So he'll go ahead and roll those. And because there was no trench line, oh, sorry, those still would have been at 5 because of the fortification on that first round. So 2 more hits. So he'll lose 1 from the hit my infantry got. So he'll be down to 2 now. And then he gets 2 more hits on me. I'll probably... Yeah, I'll just lose 2 infantry. So, because the trench line is broken, we can press the attack. So I'll definitely do that. So 3 at 6. That's 1 hit. 8 at 3. 1, 2, 3 more hits. So that's 4 hits, so that's the hits we needed. And then he'll get to respawn with 2 infantry, which will now be defending at a 3. I believe early infantry defend at, yeah, on a 3, because there's no trench line, and he doesn't get the benefits from the fortification anymore. So 2 on a 3. And no hits. So those are eliminated. We can go ahead and move this all back to the board. So this major factory is going to get reduced to a minor factory, and we will get a occupation marker. So Bohemia, now under German occupation. We'll have our infantry in there. We'll just make this stack 1 larger. There. Our 8 artillery and our 3 heavy artillery. The fortification also gets removed. So that attack's done, and we go up by 2 IPP for that. So 237. Now for the other attack. He'll have the seaplane, another trench line, his infantry. So these, same thing as last time, defending at a 5. Mountain infantry, defend at a 3. Early mountain infantry, it'll be at a 4, I do believe, because of the mountains. Early mountain infantry, yep, because I get a +1 because of the mountains, so at a 4. And his seaplane, which normally doesn't attack the type units I'm using to attack with, but can defend, as far as I'm aware, will defend at a 3. And then, as I said, we'll bring in all these units. So there's no river, nothing like that, but this is mountain terrain. So normally heavy artillery would be at 6, reduced to 5, but we will be boosting those, so those 3 will stay at a 6. Then we'll have our infantry. Those will all be boosted. There's 4 of them. So they'll be attacking at a 2 as well. 3, 4. Our 5 artillery. Those would normally be at a 3, down to a 2 because of the mountain terrain. But we will boost 3 of them. So we'll have 3 of them hitting. So 5. Here, I'll just do this. 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 of them will be staying at a 2, and then 3 of them will be boosted by these 3 fighters to a 3. And the fighters would be in this category, but they're not attacking. Anyways, so there we go. So we'll go first strike first. So 3 heavy artillery at 6. So 2 hits. 3 regular artillery at 3. Nothing. And 2 artillery at 2. So nothing. So he would lose, 2 hits. So he'd most likely lose the seaplane if he's able to, which I think he is, and the mountain infantry. And then now we get to continue. So we got 3, 4 infantry at a 2. So 2 hits. It's perfect. And then he's going to get to respond. So he does have a trench line, so he will have 6 at 5. So 1, 2, 3. So 3 hits. So he'd lose 2 more from that stack, bringing him down to 4. So these will be back down to it, defending at a 3. And then he got 3 hits, so I'll go ahead and lose 3 out of my 4 infantry. So no trench line, so we can press the attack if we wish, which we will. So 3 at 6. 2 hits there. 3 at 3. Nothing. And then 3 at 2. So one more hit. So 1, 2, 3 hits total. And he gets 4 at 3. Nothing. This is 3 more. And we can press the attack one last time. This is the last round of combat. So 3 at 6. And that's the hit we needed. He'll roll 1 at 3. And miss. So he's eliminated. Move everything back over. Big jumbled mess. So I'll go ahead and fix this off camera, but we have all those units in Austria. Again, Austria comes under German occupation. And it's hard to see under this jumble, but there we are. It's worth 2 IPP. So Germany will go up to 39. And in fact, that does remind me very quickly that Austria goes up immediately to wartime income. Minor power reference sheet nations do, where Austria-Hungary's wartime income is 12 normally. But then they went down 4. One, two, three, 4. So they're down to 8. Again, I do believe that's correct. I'm pretty sure it's based off the amount of territories. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that's correct. So that's it for combat. Very quickly, this turn's taken far longer than I thought it would. Non-combat, the entire German Baltic fleet, as well as the submarine and coastal submarine, are all going to move one space out to sea here. The ships down here are submarines and torpedo boat destroyer. We're just going to move into port in Buenos Aires. Oh, come on. Anyway, we'll just, you know what? Just put these here. There we have it. Import Buenos Aires. And these ships just off German Shandong that each get a boost from the major port in German Shandong. They're going to move 1, 2, 3. So torpedo boats is 2 normally. So with the boost, it can reach here, this sea zone. And the cruiser, I believe, is 3, so normally it could go 4. But yeah, they'll come down here. And that'll be that. So now just place units. So the supplies are sent. So that was upgraded to a find the warlords. Cavalry, here's a warlord. To an early infantry unit in Shanghai. Place our factory and the rest of our units. So our factory, we will build it in Bavaria. We'll build our naval infantry in Bavaria. We'll build our 2 mountain infantry in Bavaria. And we will build our early infantry in Bohemia at the minor, which we can do because we have that minor factory there. Alright, so that's it for the German turn. Collect 39 IPP plus 1, 2, 3, 4 in trade for a grand total of 43 IPPs. So that's it for the German Empire's turn. Now to hand things off to the British. So good luck, Tintin.